What's up, you comic freaks and geeks? This is Davis over at the Comic Freak on the CFG channel. I am doing this for the very first time. I'm actually a little nervous on doing this, but I definitely love the comic book community and I'm wanting to be more involved. And after seeing tons and tons of videos from people like Mercenot or Semper Fi Comic Guy and the folks at Comic Book Fanatics and Lords of the Long Box, I'm going to do my very first comic book video in response to BigEez amazing 500 subscribers on his channel, BigEez Comics, and I would definitely check his stuff out. It's very informative, very fun to watch, and very cool to listen to. So yeah, check out BigEez Comics, and congrats, man! It's a real big feat to hit 500, especially on YouTube. So yeah, here we go. Well, Big E's had a contest saying that wanting to show comic books fans their favorite covers from the time. So I looked at it. I looked at all the stuff I had, and I was like, you know what? I have some pretty cool ones to share with everyone. So let me do this. And this is the best opportunity to try one of these videos for the very first time. So enough rambling, but the one that you see here from the first one is a recent book, just came out last year, called Monstrous by Marjorie Liu, but the art is to die for from Sana Takeda. She is amazing with just the pencils alone. So this is when I first saw this, I just picked this up just by the book, just by the cover alone. The story by Marjorie Liu, I just knew it was going to be awesome, but it just complements everything with the art that Sana Takeda provides. So that's an awesome cover. I also am a big fan of The Flash, so obviously the New 52's Flash run that Brian Buccellato and Francis Manapul did was the one I had to go to. But Francis Manapul is definitely up and coming. He's a big name that I think people should watch out for. But I love his pencils in The Flash, and he did a little bit of the Detective Comics after his Flash run. So this was one of my favorite covers as well. Now, I know one of the comic book fanatics, Ray Jr., is a fan of Power Girl. So am I. So this was the last issue of the Power Girl run back in 2009. I forgot the name of the artist, but I know it was a girl. So obviously this was one of my favorites as well. Not really a big Harley fan, but I definitely love the art of this one. Harley Quinn #2, New 52 run. This was the art by this was Amanda Connor's cover art, but also the insides was good, and that was done by Chad Hardin. What was cool about this cover? Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, this cover is not Amanda Connor. It looks like Amanda Connor. It's actually Chad Hardin's cover. This cover was cool because I talked to him. I think it was a amazing con, which one a couple of years ago when this just came out, and he says that all the photos, all the pets that he has on his cover, these were all pets that he used to have, like from when he was a kid, and upwards until when they passed away. So it's a little morbid, but I definitely love the look of this. Ooh, no. Oops. Well, there goes one of my malfunctions. Here we go. All right, now this one, I love this cover. I'm a stickler to sketch variants. I know it's kind of hard sometimes to kind of get into it, but depends on who does the art. And this one is definitely one that I had to pick up when I saw it. This was actually Star Wars, the second volume, the one that came out I think earlier this year. Well, number 15 came out earlier this year. It started last year, but this is the Mike Mayhew cover. Very awesome cover artist. Has been doing it forever. So definitely, this was when I saw that he had a black and white. I had to pick this one up. This is a perfect look of Obi-Wan Kenobi. when he was on the lam pretty much from the Imperials. Another good one is my first Nova, the man called Nova Power Packed Origin. Love the old school art, the old school style of Nova, and definitely love the series. So there you go. Oh, and always love George. Excuse me. What happened? Oh, okay, sorry. I definitely love George Perez art. So this was New Teen Titans number 23 when I think this is the first appearance of Dark Star or Starfire's sister. So this was actually pretty cool. That was always pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but yeah, I know this was a semi significant book, but regardless, it was good. It's a good cover. Now you have to put Michael Turner on these, like on your favorite cover artists. So, and with Supergirl being one of the best things that he does make, I had to give it a good Superman, Batman number 13 props on this one. So, love this cover. Michael Turner always can never fail making a bad Supergirl, and so yeah. And here's another one by Michael Turner. His Justice League America covers, always one of the best that that I loved. I think this was around 2008, if I remember correctly. This was always freaking awesome. And then also number 10, look at that Power Girl, just looking great with Black Canary, and I think that's white. That can't be White Canary. I don't know who that is in the background, but this was an excellent cover too. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I gotta pick this one up too. All right, I also have another obvious Michael Turner Supergirl number 1. Really great cover. I love that the hair taking up half of that a quarter of the screen. That look, just it's really awesome. Okay, another good one I loved was Ed McGuinness. So some of his arts was really great, especially when it comes to Hulk. So this the Ed McGuinness cover of Iron Man. I'm sorry, Hulk. Hulk number 2, with the Iron Man cover with the reflection of Red Hulk coming after him. Always nice. But I mean, like besides number 2, you always have to get number 1 too. So this was number 1's Red Hulk, the Red Hulk look. So that was pretty iconic too. So this was always awesome to see. All right, going on is one of my other favorites, David Finch covers. So this is the Psylocke series miniseries. He did all the covers for. This is the Psylocke number 1. Loved the look. I just wish that they made this even like a ongoing. Was a great little mini story of Psylocke. Something more recent that he did was the Wonder Woman run from the New 52 with his wife Meredith Finch, and this one I had to pick up. I got this for a really good deal, and saw this with besides the Wonder Woman, which we know he knows how to make a good Wonder Woman. Number 36. This is the 1 in 100 variant. Has Swamp Thing in the background. Look at the detail of Swamp Thing. I was like, damn. he knocked it out the park. Definitely big props to him on that one. Trying to get the triple one, the 36, 37, and 38. I did, surprisingly, you won't even believe how lucky I was, but I did get this one, number 38, Wonder Woman 1 to 100 variant, incredibly rare, but I love the white cover, the golden lasso, the pose, everything was perfect for her empowerment. So it's freaking awesome. So this was one of my favorite covers as well. Okay, so we had David Finch. We had other people. We had George Perez. Who else should be on the list? Oh, I know, Jim freaking Lee. So Jim Lee is awesome. Just like one of the biggest people that I would say would be shoot, I don't even know. Compared to what? No one? But Jim Lee's art makes me want to just, like, his sketches, awesome. Always great. Always terrific and spot on. So this is the one I picked up for Justice League variant for Harley Quinn. This is the second print of 608 of the Batman Hush series. Loved that look of him looking at the farscapes of Gotham. Then his runs of Son of Tomorrow, his Superman runs, his 211 was great, and also his 204 cover is really good. So I mean, what else do I have here with him? Let's see. God, I have a lot of him. Okay, and I had to pick a little bit, but here's his Batman and Robin number 3. His Black Canary was spot on, and his number 4, I loved his of All Star Batman and Robin was just amazing. So yeah, Jim Lee will always be on that list. I had to get some really good, really great covers from J. Scott Campbell. This is the most recent one. Was his Extraordinary X-Men for Magic. Magic's one of my favorite X-Men characters behind Psylocke. So it's only natural that the next cover would be a Psylocke cover, which is number 510, the variant 510 that J. Scott Campbell did back in 2010. So now for the recent ones, those are my favorites. So a little bit further back, I would say the iconic covers 101 that I think it was Dave Cochran, either Dave Cochran or who was the other one? Terry Austin, I can't remember. One of those two did this cover, and for good reason, man. It's amazing. So yeah, I love that one. Number 94 was also a great one, and also the one that Adam Kubert did, iconic, number 266, First Gambit, really great. I'm almost to the end, folks. So hang in there. But here's the ones that I loved the most. So here's the most not really most recent, but his A-Force cover. I think it was a 1 in 50 for A-Force, with Medusa like sitting on top of the throne of Inhumans mixed with her hair, which is just was great. Then you also got his Spider-Gwen. This is a 1 in 200 variant that was also great, and the story behind that was really cool too. That this was originally supposed to be was a commission piece. Then he ended up keeping it because the guy didn't pay for it, and now he turned it around and made it a piece for Spider-Gwen. So that was cool. His Power Girl number 1 was great. And his number 2 was great. It was also amazing. And his JSA Classified number 1 was great as well. So yeah, the look of Power Girl is just always going to be on the top of my list. So let's go with that. But, all right, first book is my Justice League of America number 1 that was signed by Jeff Johns. I love the cover, love the logo. Tried to get my hometown state, wasn't able to get it, and but this one's a good one to look at. All right. Next one was my NYX number 3, the first X-23. I got this at I got this a long time ago. Actually, probably my second big purchase ever when I started collecting comics. But I loved the art by John Middleton. John Middleton or Josh Middleton, I don't know. But Quesada was the writer. Really nice art. Definitely was a must have. And here's a nice small book called Saga from Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan, the art is just as powerful as the story in this book. So loved the cover arts, loved the actions in the book itself. So this was a really nice cover. I would go with Saga as well. Smooth these along. All right. This was the David Finch cover for Justice League New 52. Once again, sucker for black and whites and pencils. So this was his. I love that look. Love the detail. So this was one to pick up. My George Perez, Death of the Flash and Crisis of Infinite Earths. Very awesome picture too. My Teen Titans signed by George Perez. Love the look in the background of Slade Wilson just looking at this his partner just totally reaming the Teen Titans. Just then the little bubbles and stuff that tells you exactly what's happening around. Love that look too. And the last one I will say is this one. My Joe Quesada 1 in 150 or 1 in 150, 1 in 100, whatever. Sketch variant of Spider-Man 700, The Death of Spider-Man, that was signed by Stan Lee. This one is not only one of my favorite covers, but it's also kind of a sentimental cover because this was the first CGC book I ever got, and the first book I decided to start looking and getting into comics. So besides the wraparound cover, which is amazing, is Quesada's incredible detail with characters. It's a great book. I was definitely floored when I saw this. So when it came out, so this is one of my favorite books to go against. Congratulations once again to BigEez Comics. So y'all just go check his channels out if y'all haven't already. And this is Davis signing off from the CFG. Y'all stay freaky geeky.